All right, in this video, we are going to learn what it means to pass a parameter by reference. So that's what I named my class. So you pass a parameter by reference only if it's an object. So it always must be an object of some sort. So primitive types are only passed by value. So we're going to discuss the difference between those two, and I'm going to show you what it means, obviously. So an object must be passed by reference, and our most current object is arrays. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to show you how, when we run a method that has an object as its parameter, what occurs. Okay, so I'm going to run this guy, and I'm going to show you what it does to begin with. So to begin with, it just outputs my array, and the array is called numbers, and the value is called 0. So let's show you down there. So I create an array. I have not called any method yet, so you just can see what this program does to begin with. I output it using my enhanced for loop. Notice the type is the value here. X is just a variable name I made up, and numbers is the name of the array that I'm referring to. So I just output that array. Then I assigned or created a value called value, and it has 0 in it, and I output that. Then I gave some space, and now I'm going to call my two methods. Okay, so I know I have 3 here, but the third one is going to show you once you understand this piece. So the first one is called change the values in the array, and this is going to show you what it means to pass by reference. So all these arrays, this array right here, has values inside of it. Okay, the value is going to get passed to it from here. So what I'm going to do is send it numbers. So I'm just sending an array. So when I'm sending the array, all I need is the name, just like I always do. This is the actual parameter. That value is sent up here. Now when it gets sent, it's not being sent, they're now both being pointed to, just like a bank account is being pointed to, the same thing. So like if you have a joint account, or if your parents have a joint account. So what I'm trying to say is numbers is pointing at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When it gets passed by reference, num is now pointing at the same thing. So when you put an object in a parameter list, they are now pointing at the same object. It's not a copy of the object, so it has the same values. It's literally the same object. So in this code, I am changing the values of nums. So even though nums is the parameter and not the original numbers, which was the value, well, the name of the array in the main program, when I do change it, I'm going to change each one of the values because they're pointing at the same object. Since I'm since I am changing here this one to 88, numbers and nums both change. So each one of these becomes 88. Okay, I need this for my next, when I do the next one. So I'm going to put that back. Okay, so each one of them changes. So now when I run this program, or this method, numbers is going to change from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to all 88s. Now, that's a pass by reference. The values inside an object are allowed to change. Okay, the value, not allowed, they do change because you're passing them by reference. Yeah, I'm good like that. Okay, so let's just run this and show you that the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it changed to all 88s. I should put that prompt up there, I guess. So now let's run the pass by value one. So now change the array is the name of the one. Oh, no, it isn't. It's change the variable. So if I want to change the variable, I'm going to run that. Okay, and I'm going to send it value. So inside value is 0. Then I send it up here. Num gets changed to 88, but what actually happens? Will value actually change? Well, let's see, shall we? And let's just do this, because that's going to make it a bit more clear. Okay, so now we're going to see what the value is. So the value was 0. I ran these two methods. I output the new the numbers array, and now I'm going to output value after the method has been run. I got to compile first. Okay, so what happens is the value stays 0. That is a pass by value. And to sort of explain that, I have this pass by value. Okay, value here is 0. Num we created in the method, that's 88, correct? Hold on, let me just erase. That's 88. They are not connected in any way. There's no way for me to get this value 88 into there. It will not accept it because it's a pass by value situation. So the value gets sent, not the object. Okay, and that's the difference. Now you're saying to me, Ms. Barris, why can't I'm trying to get back over here. Sorry, let me minimize this. Okay, why can't I then, instead of doing this whole for loop, putting all the values in, just create a new array and set this array equal to nums? Won't that make it so that all the values are 88 too? No, this is the downfall. It's not really a downfall. It's like kind of a security blanket almost to pass by reference. So you can only change the values inside an object. You cannot change the whole object. So if I try to change the array here, so I'm going to change what I'm calling here from change the array to change the values in it to just change the array, you can see what happens, just to prove my point, I guess. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this did not change. Okay, now the reason that it doesn't change is a very straightforward reason. Allow me to explain, which is why I have this slide right here. For this one, array 88, which is pointing right now at all these values 88. Okay, all the value with the array. Now, right now, numbers is pointing here and nums is pointing there, and they're connected. Now, what happens is nums, which was the parameter in the array, is now going to be taken and it's going to be pointing at this. So you can see numbers is still pointing at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nums is pointing at this. So in essence, nothing happens because once the method is over, once this method is over, nums disappears. Okay, and it's not disappears, but it's gone. We no longer have access to it. So numbers didn't change. Okay, so that's pass by reference. The basic idea is you have an object that you pass as a parameter. You can change the values inside the object, so all the fields that are present. So if you have a bank account, you can change the balance, you can change the name, you can change the rate. Okay, if you have an array, you can change the values inside. But you cannot change the entire array at the same time, kind of thing. So you can't set the array here equal to another array and expect anything to happen because the pointers have changed. Okay, hopefully you understand. This is something that will come up hopefully a lot and then you'll be able to grasp it a little more. So I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy.